Hey y'all, hey, welcome or welcome back. I'm Ashley and this is For Dizzy Birds. Are y'all ready to find out how much we saved for the month of September? I know I am. In today's video, we are going to pull all of our savings challenges from the Save to Sync folder and count them up. We'll also unstuff our turkey box to see how much that saved us. And my favorite part, we will use our randomizer to allocate all of those savings out to our priority sinking funds. So we've got lots to do today. So stick around to see just how much our fun challenges saved us this month. Let's Hey there. Okay, we've got a lot to do, so I'm going to get to it. This is my favorite video. I know I've only done it 2 times as of now, but it is very, very clearly my favorite because this is when we get to see how much our hard work and our diligence with our savings challenges have paid off. But before we get to that, we got business. We got our combo card. Okay, let's see what it's got in store for us. What's the best piece of advice you've ever given someone? Well, I don't know why this is coming to mind so easily. This should be harder, but it's not. I think the best piece of advice I've ever given someone was this, and I actually received it from someone else first, in all fairness. But the piece of advice was that nobody is the villain in their own story. And kind of the context around that is it's really easy to make assumptions or kind of um, put things on people that we don't know when we're upset with them or we think they're doing something that is, against what we believe or what we want them to do. And this is, mostly came up in a work setting, but basically saying that everyone is doing the best they can and is doing what they think is best. Of course, that's a generalization, and there's certainly exceptions to that rule. But when I received that piece of advice many years ago, it really helped me to frame the way I looked at folks, even if they really seemed to go against what I believed. And again, think of it in a work context. Nobody is the villain in their own story. They're all really out trying to do what they think is best. And if you look at folks from that perspective, it makes it a lot easier to come to a point of understanding, especially when there is conflict. So I give this piece of advice to people on my team who are dealing with all kinds of different individuals on a daily basis, and I hope it helps them as much as it helped me. What about you? What's the best piece of advice you've ever given someone? That's a great question, y'all. I really hope you all comment below because I want to hear what's the best piece of advice you've ever given someone. Okay, moving on, getting down to business. All right, so September is all wrapped up. By now, you're seeing this on Wednesday, which is actually day 2 of October. I am filming this in advance on Sunday, so I'm thinking a little bit into the future, but I hope your week is going well. I hope your Wednesday is going well if that's when you see it. I'm going to thank you all again for all of your support. The subscriber count has gone up, and I don't know, since I'm filming this in advance, if we hit our goal of 100 subscribers by the end of September. But even if we didn't, we were at 97 as of today, and I just couldn't be more excited and more grateful. So, I will be announcing a freebie for our 100 subscribers, so you'll be seeing that on the community page. And the next video that I film, I will also share that with you as well. All right, I don't think I can stall anymore. How about we get down to business? Okay, here she is, our big chunky save to sync folder. You know how this goes. We're going to pull everything out. These are all of our challenges, either from our traditional savings challenge binder or from our minis and tinies. And we're going to count it all up. All right, so exciting. Of course, I'm going to have my lovely calculator here to help me because my math is not always mathin'. And I'm going to do my best to keep an accurate count. But as you can see, if we spread all of these out, wow, we got to get this all spread out here to see just how much progress we made, wow, in 1 month. And it's just hard to believe sometimes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh my gosh, I don't even have room on the desk for all of them. Look at that. That's September. That's 1 month. So we have this plus our turkey which is still in its binder, and we'll pull that out separately. We'll still add it to the overall funds once we pull out the amount that we have decided to save for Thanksgiving, which was its ultimate job. All right, so I'm going to count them up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. 11, 12, 13, if you have any other small ones, 14, and then 15, 16, 17, I can't even hold them all in my hand, 18, 19, 20, and 21 completed challenges for the month of September. That is amazing. It really is. Okay, so I'm going to set these off to the side here, and I'm going to count them up individually and put all of our money here in our cash tray so that it will be nice and organized and ready for us to allocate it out when we get to our randomizer. So up first, we should have $48 here in our Dizzy Bird Challenge. Let's see if we do. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, and 48. Sounds like we're on the right track so far. So $48 for Dizzy Bird. We will start putting these where they go. I'm going to tell you right now that I am not feeling like I'm going to be able to be chatting too much without messing up. So we're going to focus mostly on the numbers. $24 for sweater weather. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. All right. So far, so good. But I do hope you guys are having a great week. Do you love these videos as much as I do? Of course, they're my favorite. Okay, I did not write the amount on this one, so we'll have to find out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. All right. $24. And after we're done with this video, the next video I will be recording will be our October goals. So we're going to talk about what our goals are for the next month because I like to put those out there. Okay, this says we should have 32, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31, and 32. Okay. Always scared I'm going to hit the wrong button and clear everything out. And while I'm thinking about it, just in case I do something silly, I'm going to make sure the amounts are written on each one. Okay, so 32 going in. All right, this one took us forever. Remember this one? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, and 48. And that's why it took us forever. $48. How much do you guys think we saved? Do you want to make a guess down in the comment section before we get to the end? All right, moving on. $25 is what we should have here. 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. Oh, remember her. She was a big save too. We should have 64, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. And oh, one of my favorites from this month was our candy corn challenge from Hey K Budgets. We should have 41, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and 41. All right, this should have 12, 5, 10, 11, and 12. That's one of our minis. But every little bit adds up, doesn't it? All right. Another, this one's from Hey K. $50 is what we should have. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 47, 48, 49, and 50. All right. Let's see here. Are we going to have some $2 bills make an appearance? We might need to move our fives back. Probably need more room for the ones anyways. All right. Moving on. This one, Party Planner Papery. We just finished this one. 5, 10, 11, and 12. All right, and this one as well. Another 16 should be here. 5, 10, 15, 16. All right, we didn't write down what this one was, so let's see what's in here. This is from Steph's on a Budget, our little pizza and horror movies. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48. $48 for this one. I'm going to have to reprint this one so I have it for next year. I just loved it so much. Okay, so plus 48. Hopefully I don't forget to add any of these in. But just to be sure, I am going to count all of this after. I will, of course, fast forward it so you don't have to watch me count it again. But I like to be sure. Okay, this comes from Shut the Box. It should be $35. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 27, 29, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. I don't know if y'all can see the number on the calculator yet, and I don't want to ruin the surprise if you can't, but it's getting up there, and it's really just surprising. Really, really surprising. Okay, all right. Here was another big one. This was our Hocus Pocus challenge from Spooky Budgets. And I did not write down what the amount was, so we're going to find out. 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 15, 20, 25, 27, 29, 31, 33, 35, 37, 39, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. So 150 for Hocus Pocus. Let's go ahead and write that on here just in case. And we will definitely be reusing that next year after we clean it up and get new stickers on it and all that. All right, finally we got some bigger bills here to put in the tray. All right. Okay, here's our crazy bat. This was one of mine from my shop. It should save us 75, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 67, 69, 71, 72, 73, 74, and 75. All right. So far, so good. So when we get prepared for the month as far as savings goals, I mean, I know what things are coming up and kind of what things we're going to have to fund. So I always have those in mind, but I haven't really worked to put any goals on the saving itself. Basically, we try to just go easy on ourselves, and what we have is what we have. So that's where I'm working for me, and consistently surprised by how much we're able to save just by playing. And okay, I did not write down. This is from Liz and Les, our bougie challenge, our little bougie ghosts. I didn't write this one down. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 87, 89, 91, 93, 95, 97, 99, and 100. So an even 100 for that one. I am going to write it on the back. So you'll see on the back of some of these, I had started out with the idea that I would go ahead and allocate them out. And that's great if that's how you like to do it. But the more and more I thought about it, I thought using a randomizer with the key most top priority funds would work best for me. Of course, we can always change that up down the road if we need to. But for now, we're going to try that. So Halloween was one of the goals for this month. We have to get costumes and such for the kids. So we definitely will have that in the randomizer. Okay, so our September monthly challenge should be 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 97, 99, and 100. So an even 100 there. And wow. Wow, wow, wow. So I'll talk more about the randomizer categories that I chose for this month based on what's coming. But when we pull that out. But okay, so this one should be $30. This was a freebie from Our Beautiful Budgets. 10, 15, 20, 25, 27, 28, 29, and $30. So $30. And this is, oh, nope, it's not our last one. Also, from Our Beautiful Budgets, we should have 41 in this one, 20, 30, 40, and 1. Whoa. I don't know if you can see that number, but this is way more than I thought it was going to be, which is really nice surprise. Okay, now this one is our last one. This is another from my shop. It should save us 55, 20, 30, 35, 37, 39, 41, 43, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, and 55. All right, so as long as I typed in the numbers correctly and I didn't miss any of them while I was yakking, we should have an accurate number of how much we saved in September, not counting turkey box. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you that is $1,030. $1,030 in September for minis, tinies, and traditional savings challenges. That's just amazing. Just amazing. So I'm going to go ahead. I didn't think to do this last time. And I am going to write this number down. Our little Finny has decided to make an appearance. Say hi, Finn.
Hi.
Hello. How are you doing, sir?
Good.
Were you lonely down there?
Yeah. And I was just going to tell you, that should be here by now.
Dad will be here soon. All right. So we have $1,030 so far in our September savings and this was just from our savings challenges. So I wanted to keep track of that.
And now I joined in to help.
You joined in to help, sir?
Yep.
Oh, well, how nice of you. All right. Hold on just 1 second. Okay, so we're back. Here's what we've got to do now. So we have our $1,030 over here in savings challenges money, but also we need to count. We're going to unstuff and count the turkey box. So what we're going to do is walk through these, and our little Finn is watching. I'm going to unstuff all of these. Now, I can tell you that the turkey box, let's out of what it says, it would, at the bare minimum of what it would save. 69 plus 66 plus 65. And then, of course, it had these additional challenges that you could choose to play. So it says that turkey box is going to save us at least $200. Shall we see how much it actually saved us? All right, let's do it. All right, so we're going to start by just unstuffing all of the dollars from each of the sections. What are you doing, little man? Get your hands off my money. Mm-hmm. All right. We're going to count this up. Can you watch? Can you watch? Can you watch? Thank you, sir. All right, turkey box. We'll set you aside for just a little bit. And I am going to fast forward you as I organize out these bills to make it a little easier to count. All right, y'all. What do you think? Is that more than $200? I have a feeling it might be. All right, so I am going to utilize my calculator to help me and just to keep us on track. Starting out with 50, 20, 40, 60, 80. Let's try this again. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200. Well, there's the 200 right there. All right, let's see how many in tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. And let's see how many in fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29. All right, y'all ready? The turkey box saved us $495. $495. Now, that is far more than I promised, and an example of if you want to save more and play the additional games, you can absolutely do that. Sounds like our little Finn is going to hang out with us and just make little noises in the background. That's okay. All right, so we have 15, 25 total for the month of September. All right, that's pretty amazing. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so we have 1525 total for the month. Can we just celebrate that? That's insane. Now, of course, we started the turkey box earlier. So it isn't necessarily just from September, but when we finish the challenge is the month that we added in. Same thing goes for some of these challenges that we started earlier than September. So, it's just how it works out. So we have 1525. The one thing I do want to make sure we pull out is the $250 that we want to save for Thanksgiving dinner. All right, so we definitely made more than we needed for that. And that's going to leave us a total of $1,275 to allocate. Okay? So that's pretty amazing, if I don't say so myself. What do you say? All right, let's see if we can pull this 50, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. All right, so there's our $250. We're going to paperclip that together, and I will add that in to our Thanksgiving folder in one of our syncing folders. So I will put that aside for now so that it doesn't accidentally get allocated out into anything else. So we can officially say that we have funded Thanksgiving dinner. And like I said, it's we like to have a very nice dinner. It's not huge. Our family is large, but the whole family doesn't usually join us for Thanksgiving. So it's mostly grandparents and occasionally my parents, but we can definitely have a very nice Thanksgiving dinner for a budget of $250. And for once, it'll be wonderful to not be budgeting that out of that paycheck since we did it ahead of schedule. So that's amazing. All right, so $1,275 to be allocated out to our most important savings sinking funds. So we got to figure out how to do that. How do we do that? Well, we use our randomizer. And this is our randomizer right here. We are going to switch a few things up here. And we are going to pull our dice tower over and make sure everybody can see everything here. All right, that looks good. All right, and on our randomizer categories this month, they're different than last month. We have chosen 6 of our most highest priority sinking funds. Eventually, we like to get to the point where our sinking funds aren't as high priority so that we can have all 12 filled out. But right now, since we are still really kind of starting to make headway on our funds, we are focusing in on the things that are most important coming in the next 30 days. So at the top of the list always is debt. So randomizer spot number 1 goes to debt. Self-care, which usually goes to things like my nails and hair. I already got nails done this week, and I need to make sure that I cover a little bit overage on that. And then it also helps to put it aside for the next time. Number 3, as I mentioned before, we will definitely allocate some to Halloween. We've got to buy candy and costumes. Bath and Body Works, do I need to say anything more? It's fall. I needed more candles and plug-ins and all of the leaves smelling fall scents. It's really important to me, so I decided I deserved, after all my hard work, to put that in there. Number 5 is our camping trip upcoming, and if we make enough or save enough, we can always put it towards future camping trips. And number 6, and very important, and oddly enough, it sounds for October, is our Christmas lights. So we hire someone to come and put our Christmas lights on because our roof is incredibly dangerously steep and high. So he's a fireman. He does a second job and makes some extra money in the holidays and puts up our Christmas lights. So he usually comes as early as the last week of October to get them up. So I want to make sure I have those funded and ready to go. So that's why it's in the randomizer. All right, so I'm going to see about setting this over here in a place that I can see it. And basically, we're going to roll the 6-sided dice to decide which category, and I have a 20-sided dice here for the money itself. Now, last time we did this, it took a little longer because we kept getting lower numbers, so I think I'm going to make a rule that if it's under 10, I may decide to put some more money in. We'll just see how it goes. Maybe it won't be nice to us anyways. All right, so I'll go ahead and roll both at the same time and see where it goes. Hey, it knows what we need to do. It wants $6 to debt, so we're going to go ahead and do that. All right, and we'll put that in front of the envelope and go on to the next one. All right, $1 to self-care. $10 to camping. Great, that's great. So our camping trip is coming in a couple of weeks. Nope, $10. See, I almost messed it up. So we definitely have some things, including groceries, that we need to buy for that. Okay, $16 is going to Christmas lights. Definitely important. And I will try to get a little bit faster, and I might even fast forward through some of this. Number 2 is getting 16. Number 5 is getting 5. Number 1, 5. 4, 16. 1 is getting 14. So on debt, whatever we make today, we will make a lump sum payment towards the most logical debt. We're currently working on credit card debt, so whichever one is the closest to being paid off will be the one that we will put this towards. So that's always exciting. All right, $8 for Halloween. Boys have big plans for their Halloween costumes, so we definitely need to make sure we fund those. These are absolutely my most favorite videos to watch other people do. But after doing now 2, I can tell you it's a lot harder than it seems, and it is not my favorite to film. Other than I'm very excited to see the money get put where it needs to be. But yeah, it's definitely a little more challenging than I realized it was when I watched other people do it. So we're going to work through it because this is what we work for all month. All right, number 3 is going to get 11. So hopefully I'll get faster at it as we go through. 5 is going to get 13. Camping. So camping usually revolves around a week's worth of groceries for the camping trip. So we often cook for the entire camp, which is really just 2 families. So that's not bad. So between that and gas, and then we sometimes need things while we're there. So making a decision, I think when we hit debt, we're going to double the amount. That will first of all get us through the money a little bit faster, but also really prioritize debt. So that's 22 going to debt. This camping is going to get 5, and I think I'm going to double that as well. That's coming up very close. 3 is going to get Halloween, or Halloween's going to get 5. And 7. Can you guys hear that motorcycle? People are ridiculously loud on this road. Okay, 6 is going to get 13. So we're getting a little faster here. 3 is going to get 18. That's good. I don't know what the boys have decided to be. They change it so often, which is why I wait to buy their costumes, because when Finn first started talking about his costume, he said he wanted to be a ninja. And I'm pretty sure it has changed 3 times since then. So I've heard Pikachu and a dinosaur, and it's gone back to ninja. So who knows where he's going to settle with that. What I do know is we're going to have to make a decision very soon. So that's 9. Let's just go ahead and put 10. 4 is 17. So full disclosure, telling on myself here. Today's Sunday. You're of course not seeing this on Sunday. You're seeing this on Wednesday. But I did go have a little date day with my husband. My in-laws took the kiddos, which was amazing. And we decided to go get some Mexican food. And that was very nice. And then I hit up um, Michael's, which is a arts and crafts store here, a crafting store here. Sorry, I can't talk and do this. 17 to self care. Um, because I needed to get some planner supplies. Because even though it's just now October, we are starting to look at getting the 2025 calendars all set up. I'm going to go ahead and just put 20 in there. 2 is getting 16. So I wanted to, they had the Happy Planner stuff, which is what I like to use, on sale. And I needed a couple of supplies. Okay, that's 3, getting 12. And so like cardstock, I use a lot of cardstock, printing challenges out and whatnot. So I thought I would go do that. And then lo and behold, if the Bath and Body Works wasn't just right there. And I have really been holding off, even though we have used our last candle, our last fall candle, burned to the bottom of the jar. I really, really love the leaf scent, if y'all know which one that is. Really, really love it. And I didn't go overboard like I would in the past, so I'm proud of myself for that. But I definitely did get me a couple of candles, and we're going to go ahead and double this one. Got myself a couple of candles and some of the plugins, and it really was a lower amount than I'm used to paying when I go there, so I'm proud of myself. But I'm basically going to be funding that trip with what we saved today, so hopefully we save enough. All right, 5 for camping. We're going to go ahead and do 2 5s. We're going to start doubling to speed things up. Number 2 is getting 2. We're just going to put 5. And 9 for number 2. We'll put 10. All right. Number 1 got 2. We're going to definitely put 5 there. 4. And if we end up with more than we need for Bath and Body Works, I can always allocate it for the next time we need to go, or put it towards something that didn't get as much as it needed. So we'll see how it goes. Kiddos are downstairs having a good time. You can hear them playing with Dad. So if you can hear them, I apologize. You know, something else I'm going to have to start saving for, and I've been putting it off. I mentioned in a recent video that I'm on a weight loss journey, and it's been almost a year, and I have lost about 50 pounds, which I'm very happy about. But my clothes are not fitting very well. Good problem to have, I suppose. But I've been putting off buying new clothes because I still have some pounds to lose, and I would really prefer to buy clothes once I hit my goal weight. But I don't think I'm going to be able to put it off that long, because I'm going to need clothes that fit. Luckily for fall, we don't worry too much about it because I wear kind of the comfy, baggier stuff. So I think we can get away with it for a little bit longer. So one of the things I'm going to have to start doing soon is saving for clothes. Number 5 is camping. We're going to give it a 20. So it's at 18. That was our last 20. All right. Number 1 is debt for 13. That would be 26. So we're just going to go ahead and do 25 and 26. We're getting down there. All right. 4, Bath and Body Works is just going to get 1. I'll go ahead and do a 2. Does this make it fun to pay off debt? I don't know. I don't know if it does or not, but you got to do it one way or the other. So 19 for Bath and Body Works, 5, 10, 15, and 19. 1 for a 3. We'll just do a 10. I'm going to turn on a light. It's going to probably cast a shadow, so I'm sorry about that. Let me see what it's looking like. Yep, it's casting a nice big old shadow, but we got to get this going. With Bath and Body Works, I'm really only interested in covering the expenses of today's shopping spree, so I will reallocate some of it if we made more than what we need because we have more important things. Okay, number 1 is debt. We have a number 13, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Oh, look at there, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. And we have $2 left. Who's going to get it? Debt. Debt gets it all. Okay. All right. So we have now allocated all of our savings funds out. Let's see what we've got going. Okay. Well, I wasn't able to really fix the shadow much. So I've just got the ugly overhead light on and it's just going to do what it's going to do. So I'm going to fast forward through the organization of each one of these and we're going to see how much each category got. Okay, that took a minute, but let's see how much debt got. Debt got 150. We're going to put that 50 aside. 120, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 70, 80, 82, and 84. So 284 for debt. We're going to add all of this up just to keep ourselves on track to make sure we didn't miscount anything. $284 of our overall to debt. Okay, 120, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 70, 80, 82, 84. $284 going to a debt payment just as soon as we're done with this video. All right, so we'll look at what we got for self-care. I'm going to organize that and I'll fast forward it. All right, so for self-care, we have 100, 20, 40, 60, 210. That's such a weird way of doing that. 150, 170, 190, 210, 212, 214, 216, 218, 219, and 220. 220 in self-care. All right. We can file that one away. All right, let's see what we got for Halloween. See if the boys are going to get the Halloween costumes they wanted. Okay, so for Halloween, we ended up with 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96. 196 for Halloween. Hopefully that's enough. If not, we're going to reallocate one of these other things that were a little less high priority. All right, so let's see what Bath and Body Works, speaking of, got in today's allocation. All right, so for Bath and Body Works, we ended up with 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, and 82. 182 for Bath and Body Works. BB Dubs. All right. Moving on to camping. Let's see what we got allocated for camping today. All right, so this time for camping, we got 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 97, and 99. So 199 for camping. All right, so we will file that away. And our last category is Christmas lights. Let me organize this and see what we got for that one. All right, for Christmas lights, we ended up with 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 97, 98, and 99. How funny, we ended up with the same amount. Now, the question is, did we count correctly? Because if we did, right, we should have $1,275 here. For now, and for the sake of the video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these up now that this will actually close. And we're going to see if we hit our number correctly. If not, I will go back and count off camera. We know the money's in there. It's just figuring out whether we got them counted correctly in each. All right. 1280 and 1275. So we're off $5 somewhere. That's okay. I can count these again off camera because this video is long enough. It's pitch dark outside. We've got terrible lighting, shadows everywhere. I am so grateful to you for hanging in there. If you are still watching this, I really, really appreciate it. So what will happen now, as you know, we have prop dollars. I have these prop dollars all represent money that's been sitting in a savings account set aside for when we got to this point. So we will take $1,275 plus the $250, so a total of $1,525, and we will move them to the buckets in the savings account for each thing. So Thanksgiving will get us $250, and the remaining of the money will go out to each one of these things, either to cover recent expenses or upcoming expenses, okay? So they're going to move from their savings spot right now to wherever they're supposed to be. That's not camping, that's Christmas lights. Silly. All right. So I again thank you for hanging in there. This was very exciting and way more than what I ever expected to be able to save in a month. And it's just really a testament to how this really does work. So I hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you did, give it a like, a comment. Don't forget to answer a question from earlier in our video. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. It helps our channel grow. Our next video will be about our October goals. So we look forward to then. Until then, I will say, hang in there. Bye.